Hello everyone, how you guys doing? You guys good too? I'm doing good too. Welcome back to my video session. So in today's session is quite interesting because we're going to be talking quite few of the games consoles, and which I think has brought a dramatic gaming experience for customers of any other person as well. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna start with the Nintendo Wii U. Then we're just gonna go quickly to the new consoles straight away. Now, Nintendo Wii U was one of them consoles, yeah. That, you know. Hold on. Yeah, as I was saying, it was one of them consoles that brought you dual screen mode and using the Wii U gamepad, which was this thing, yeah. Check it out. It looks flipping cool. Star Fox Zero on this. Star Fox Zero is one of my favorite games of all time. There's quite a lot of things to say about this game. I mean, there hasn't never been a game like this. I mean, especially when you're using two screens to play a game, especially in space combat and platforming and using vehicles. So there's quite a lot of things going on in this game. It's really epic stuff. I do remember Star Fox Soul coming on Nintendo GameCube, which was a great experience as well. I mean, using that experience, this game is expanded even further than that game. It does have all them same things what I used to have, yeah. Anyway, we're not on about Star Fox Zero in this video. It's all about games, consoles. So, I mean, this system used a Wii U gamepad, which Wii U gamepad you can play games on the actual this little thing. What is this actually Wii U gamepad? What is it? Wii U gamepad is not really a game controller. No. If you look at game controllers, they do not have screens. Understand that clearly. Game controllers are just is like a controlling thing where you got buttons on there and you just pressing them and you're just playing the game on. It can be a portable screen, it can be a TV, whatever, or even a monitor. So it's used for that kind of thing. But this thing has an actual screen on it, yeah. So how can this be a game controller, yeah? Look at that. It's got actual buttons on it. Look. With a screen on it. So what do you think this thing is? Because if you got a screen there and you got buttons on it, it's actual a handheld system. Yeah, it's a handheld. Joining up with the Wii U games console, yeah. So in this package you get two systems, the Wii U gamepad and the home game console. So that it streams a whole console onto the Wii U gamepad. I mean, quite a lot of things can do that, but the emphasis wasn't just to bring the whole console onto the Wii U gamepad. It was about giving you dual screen gameplay, and dual screen gameplay means you're playing on two different screens. The Wii U gamepad is your first screen, and your second screen is your TV, I mean the television, yeah, things like that. So this system was pretty epic. We all know about this Wii U. Some people still don't know what a Wii U is. You know, honestly, because I've been reading quite a lot of comments and going on the internet, flipping hell, they still don't know what flipping Wii U is all about. I mean, they're getting confused by the two flipping screens on this damn thing. The dual screen mode, they don't understand it. But that's what was happening at the start. They couldn't understand the damn thing. Because a lot of people, they go, oh, I can't understand it. Well, that's what I've been hearing. I don't know where people are coming from. They go, it wasn't successful. Let's think something else. I mean, if you read all these articles, it's not even that. A lot of people weren't interested in this console one of the biggest thing was the actual its name, the name of the console. It was confusing people. They thought it was the same console again. Yeah, they thought it just was a Wii upgrade. And that's what they thought it was. That's why it just stays just in Nintendo Wii, but you say U stands for upgrade. They thought that was confusing people as well. Because instead of white, it's going into black color. And then in terms of looking at its design, the design is the same. It's just got curves from left to right, from the front to back. Even the design wise, it looked like a Wii. The design didn't actually even change. If they wanted to change it, and that was quite silly, I would say, because they should actually change the design. I mean, I do like the Wii design. Now it's a bit curved from the corners. The Wii U is, I mean, I don't think there's nothing wrong with it, but in terms of a design, it needs to be changed, really, innit? It needs to be changed. It can't be the same, really, innit? That's the big problem. And the biggest thing of the console was confusing people with the Wii U gamepad. They thought with the Wii U gamepad, you're just selecting, you see the icons on there. You're just selecting them from there, and that's it. You know, like you use it like a smartphone, you're just touching the icon to open an app. They thought it's like that. It's crazy, man. They don't understand anything. A lot of the times, you know what, I've heard this loads of times from lots of people. I don't know why they haven't even studied properly on this. They couldn't understand the dual screen mode as well. They were confused with all these concepts of what I just told you, A to Z right now. It was confusing them really badly. They didn't know what was going on. Really good. I mean, you're watching the two screens to watch a game. Really good. So you're playing a game. So if you choose a particular game, like even Star Fox Zero, you'll be playing this game on two different screens, the Wii U gamepad and TV. Okay. So let's go further now. Now the further thing is that consoles, even from Nintendo, yeah, from the start of Nintendo NES up to Wii U, and then finally even the Switch or Switch 2, yeah, they've been releasing exclusive games. I'm not gonna ruin that right now about the exclusive things. We're gonna go and deep into other consoles, yeah. Okay, right. Microsoft Xbox Series X is a massive flop. So let's go back to this Microsoft thing again. Now, the Microsoft Xbox hasn't been doing very well, has it? This brand has been a massive flop in terms of Xbox games and Game Pass and things like that, yeah? Now, this company is a big fool. I don't know where they're coming from, how they're going to succeed in the follow-up consoles is not making any sense. Because Microsoft Xbox has stopped making exclusive games. Now, do you know what exclusive games are? Exclusive games are which are made for that particular console. Yeah, and they won't come on any other console. This is a big thing. So why did Microsoft stop the exclusive games? It's just all finished on there. They aren't gonna make any more. It's literally been stopped. That is absolutely ridiculous. So what's so special about getting Xbox games on there anymore then? Because like even if going with Xbox Series X2, what's the point of that? Because if there's no exclusives on there, what is it then? What is it, just about third-party games? This is getting worse and worse day by day. And they just go and add Steam in there. Is that gonna make it really different? Is Microsoft completely even sure about that? Because it looks like they are complete idiots. I'm not saying it right now. You watch. Many people are gonna say, yeah. You just watch. How many people are gonna call them idiots? How can you release a console? Now it's called the Xbox, right? And then you're not gonna release Xbox exclusive games. Now what's so special about it anymore? should you really bother with Xbox anymore? I don't think you don't bother with it at all because it's completely been dead anyway. But some people say it isn't. It's still active. The Xbox hardware is not dead. How isn't it dead? It is dead, man. Then why didn't Xbox Series X succeed then? Answer that question. It is dead. Then why are they using Epic and Steam in there? What's the reason behind that? The reason behind that is because Xbox games don't succeed. Nobody wants them. That's why they're going to release it. Now because of Xbox Series X, the exclusive games they're making on there, they weren't even selling. Look at Halo. Halo's getting worse and worse. Oh, flip. You know what? The Halo game should have went on Nintendo Switch, man. You know why I said that? Because they got Metroid Prime on. Nintendo's got Metroid Prime, one of the greatest FPS shooters in the world. And it's a top flipping exclusive. And what is this company talking about? Even Halo goes on. I mean, even Halo 1 just came out. Oh my god, it was sold so much. I mean, I'm just trying to release Halo 1 on the Nintendo Switch 2. You just watch this, I was gonna say, because Nintendo people who play games, they ain't got Halo on their console anyway, so they're not gonna be able to play that anyway. That's only people who got Xboxes, that's it, and PCs. So I think Bungie software should go to Nintendo Switch. Now Nintendo Switch 2 is going to 4K. Yeah, it's not native 4K, I would say, but it's still a good prospect. What they're doing with the 4K with it, I mean the handheld mode and the TV out, it's going to be a good 4K if there is a Halo game on the actual Nintendo Switch 2. I mean, I don't think anybody actually said that. This is the first time somebody's actually said that. I mean, obviously it's me who's saying it. Yeah, I think all the Microsoft games should come on Nintendo Switch 2. You just watch how they're going to flip and sell on that thing. Alright, I know the launch wasn't so good. It was again on the Nintendo games. I think the reason behind the third-party games are failed on it because they were just old games. And you know what? This was the same concept. I remember when there was a console called Microsoft Xbox X. You remember that? So they released this 4K system and they just go and release Xbox One X, yeah, something like that. It's called something like that, whatever it's called. So Xbox One had some of these games, yeah. The Xbox One X just released the same games in 4K. What kind of stupid console is that? That's why it flipping flopped. Now this is the same thing with Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo Switch 2 is releasing few of the games from Nintendo Switch. Same ones, and it put them in 4K. Can you see? Xbox One released games on the new 4K system, and it flopped. The same with Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo Switch games, which was, I think, the third-party game. It came again, and they just brought back in 4K. Same concept. They both in 4K again, aren't they? Old games into 4K. If they're going to release new games, I think because like some people were arguing over about Cyberpunk 2077 and why it flopped. I mean, it's a flipping old game, man. It's been on the PC for a very long time. Come on, you gotta release different games. You can't keep on releasing the same games. Come on, if I was Nintendo, I wouldn't release them games at all. You gotta release different ones. Come on, man. They're releasing things like Cyberpunk 2077, Street Fighter 6, what was it? Default something, whatever it's called. They're all like old games, aren't they? But they brought them into 4K. The only games that I can think of that succeeded on it is America World and Donkey Kong Bonanza. Let me just talk about America World. America World is not good as America 8, on the Wii U. It's not good as that. Donkey Kong Bonanza. That is not good as Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze on the Wii U either. Nah, it isn't. The Wii U games are better, man. They're better. I don't know how well they sold. I'll leave that thing to you, man. If they sold well, America World, don't get me wrong, they're still good games, I would say. I mean, for Nintendo Switch too. I mean, they're still good, but overall, they're not the best games, as Nintendo said anyway. Okay, so Microsoft Xbox exclusives are completely dead. They're not gonna come anymore. You know what? I don't like any console which doesn't produce Xbox exclusive games. Exclusive games are really interesting concept because these games are only on that console, and then it doesn't come on the other systems, and that's where Microsoft has lost. Now, what are you gonna do now? So you got an exclusive. You're gonna release Xbox. What kind of Xbox games? There aren't any Xbox. Xbox is dead. You're gonna just release it. You know what? I don't know why is it called Xbox. They're gonna use third-party games on it. Yeah, on all platforms. What kind of stupidness is that? And then you're adding Epic Games and Steam on there. You know what? I don't know how this thing's gonna sell. I'll tell you right now, that thing ain't gonna sell. It's gonna be a massive flop. You just watch. It's gonna be a bigger flop than Xbox Series X. It's gonna be a big flop than that. This console is the Xbox Series X 2. I think they should give up. They don't know what they're talking about. They haven't got no ideas. They do not have any fresh new ideas. They're just coming with random stupid things. And they think, let's think about different ideas and start using this console. It doesn't work like that, man. They're stupid. They're absolutely stupid. It's not gonna sell, man. I'm telling you. Okay, Sony PlayStation 5. Look at the state of that console this generation. I literally hate PlayStation brand. I'll be honest with you, I hate the thing. I hate Microsoft and I hate Sony. I hate them in gaming industry. They should just flip and just get lost. I'm being honest here. I hate them in the gaming industry. What the hell are they doing in the gaming industry? What's a company like Sony, electronic company, doing in the gaming industry? And what is a game developer like Microsoft doing in the gaming industry as well? Do your flipping your original work, you fools. Stop taking part in games. Now the PlayStation problem is, the PlayStation 5 problem is, the exclusive games didn't sell well. They do still do them, but in a minimum way. It's drying out. That's drying out as well, the exclusive game. Now these exclusive games went to the PC Steam, man. Same with the Xbox, that's what that was doing. I don't want to talk about Xbox. Xbox thing is just worse. I want to talk about that. This PlayStation is going on the same boat as the Xbox because it still might be doing a bit of exclusives, but these exclusives were worse than the PlayStation 4 games. They were worse. Them ones were better, but these are worse now. Now, these games went even worse and they didn't even sell at all. They got very poor sales. Now, I think Sony is in a big problem when it comes to exclusive games. Eventually, they'll probably have to stop them. If this carries on with Sony as well, they'll have to stop the exclusive games on the PlayStation platform as well. They still do it because if Sony does that, gets rid of it, man, the PlayStation is full of crap, isn't it? Think about that. If you look at the original PlayStation, they had very good exclusives the very first console did. They start getting worse and worse as they kept going 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 of them were even worse. They're getting worse and worse. Nobody wants the PlayStations anymore, man. Nobody wants them. It seems to me that every game that kept on coming on the PlayStation kept on flopping. I don't know where the sales are coming from. They're coming from the majority of games. It's not coming from these kind of games, I'm afraid. But yeah, I mean, one thing I do have to say, they'll keep it up. When a console is going to die off on exclusives, they will completely die out. Because people will not want a console with no exclusive on the console because there's nothing special about them anymore. You're just going to be releasing third-party games. Well, that's what PlayStation is going to do, isn't it? PlayStation's main focus is just third-party games. And the game passes they do, whatever. The subscriptions and all sorts of things they do like that. They're doing things like that. I mean, this is getting worse. Sony Microsoft has just lost everything. I'm telling you, man. How are they going to succeed further, man? Why do people buy them? For what reason? Well, if the exclusives are dead on both consoles, I think it was point. I bought the Wii. I'm a big fan of Nintendo Wii U still. I'm still a fan of this console, and I don't really like it. Nintendo Wii U has absolutely one of the most epic exclusive games from Nintendo, man. I have never ever seen such an incredible lineup and new IP games coming from Nintendo on a Nintendo games console, of course. Yeah. Now, finally, we go to the Nintendo Switch. Is this one worse? Now, Nintendo Switch, the original console, Nintendo Switch 1, yeah? He's been making quite a lot of Wii U games, hasn't he? I mean, it hasn't been showing much different things. Is that actually true, what I'm saying here? Not exactly, because, okay, about 90%, over 90% are Wii U games on this console, yeah, on the Nintendo Switch. But Nintendo did release some exclusive games on there. They did. Games like Super Mario Odyssey, Luigi Mansion 3, New Super Mario Bros. Something Deluxe Edition. There are all sorts of games like that. I mean, they're like sequels to like Super Mario Maker, Splatoon. Yeah, I mean, they've been doing quite good. I mean, even on Zelda game, yeah? What was it? Zelda Tears of Kingdom? And there was a Pokemon game as well, yeah. But they are good exclusives. How far do they go from the Wii U games that we got already? I mean, majority are like, we got Splatoon. And I am really think Splatoon is just a Splatoon now. I think the original Splatoon in Wii U was one of the best ones, man. Mine had tremendous graphics and gameplay. I don't think it's actually changed anything from that. Super Mario Maker, I don't want to even bother with buying Super Mario Maker 2. I just will prefer the original Super Mario Maker. Yeah, and things like that. Yeah. What about Super Mario Odyssey? I don't think it's good as Super Mario 3D World though, Super Mario Odyssey is. I don't think it is. It's good. So what do I think of the Nintendo exclusive games that the Switch owns? They're quite good actually. They're still quite good. Even they're not better than the Wii U ones. They're still very good. They're very good games. That's a very good thing by Nintendo. Because they don't release exclusive games. Now Nintendo Switch 2 released what I could think of. 2 exclusive games. Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza. Well done, Nintendo. I mean, at least you released 2 exclusives, but this Sony, Microsoft, they're just pathetic. They're beanbags. And I think Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza must have sold more as exclusive games than the Sony Microsoft exclusive games. Yeah, these 2 games must have sold much more, if I'm not wrong on that. Because Nintendo games always sell better. Even if you look at Nintendo Wii U wasn't unsuccessful, but still the Wii U, these games, exclusive games, and the new IP games on the Wii U, they were actually successful and were big hits on the Wii U. Wow. Check it out. They were big hits. So no messing around there. Okay. I mean, even the Star Fox Zero game, yeah, at the start, people were confused with this game because they don't know what was going on with this game. But if you look at the sales now, I mean, rapidly, I mean, the sales have actually increased of Star Fox Zero. They actually increased, yeah. Obviously, they don't make it anymore. It's not going to increase anymore. But I mean, if you look at that time frame of Star Fox Zero till the console didn't die out, Star Fox Zero kept on selling. Okay, it was the slowest selling game, I would say. I was quite shocked of that because I thought this Star Fox game was one of the greatest Star Fox games ever developed, and it was selling the most slowest out of all of them. So, well, that's just the way the customers think. But yeah, the customers are wrong, but this game is one of the greatest games on the planet. So now we know the Wii U is what it did. It did good stuff for Wii U. Still people buy Nintendo Wii U, people still buy it. I'm showing you why, because I love Nintendo Wii U. My Nintendo Wii is my favorite and the greatest games console of all time, man. You can't beat that. The technology, the Nintendo exclusives, the new IP games, they're just too good on it, man. It's unbelievable. Now, looking at Nintendo Switch 2, Sony PlayStation 5, Microsoft Xbox Series X. What's the best console out of three of them? Nintendo Switch 2 is, of course. But why am I saying that? Lots of people are costing Nintendo Switch 2. That's stupid. Stop this nonsense. You're letting Nintendo Switch 2 down. Nintendo Switch 2 is the best console out of three of these consoles, alright? It's got 2 exclusive games. Could be more. Might be wrong. I don't know, because I don't read much about Nintendo Switch 2 that much. But what I've seen and I've read, these exclusive games have done well. In terms of sales, they've done well. Over the Sony PS5 and Sony PS5 and Microsoft Xbox Series X. Them games have never sold well in terms of exclusive games, yeah? Now these two fools, Sony and Microsoft. Sony's trying to release PlayStation 6 and Microsoft's trying to release Xbox Series X 2. Now, it's more than that, what they're doing. Sony is releasing a handheld system, a home games console. Microsoft is using 2 handhelds and 1 home games console. You know, none of them consoles sound interesting, honestly. I mean, if we look at Nintendo Switch 2, Nintendo Switch 2 looks more, okay, might not look that exciting right now, but you just wait and see. You just wait and see the epicness that Nintendo is going to be using in this Nintendo Switch 2. He's not going to give up that easily. This Nintendo Switch 2 is not going to fail. I'm telling you. Even saying all this crap about all this Nintendo Switch 2, it's been selling well. I mean, the last time the sales I saw on Nintendo Switch 2 was 5.5 million. Wow! Look at that. That's flipping. It's just been over a month. Look how many sales it's got already. 5.5 million. Wow. You gotta think that with 2 Nintendo exclusives and all the failures of third-party games, look at what it's done. There's no stopping it, man. I'm telling you one thing, once these third-party games start selling on Switch 2, you're flipping dead, man. I'm telling you, Sony, Microsoft better watch out. Your PS6, Xbox Series X2 is not going to be able to stop it. Because Nintendo is the only platform now to deliver exclusive games. Nintendo is Nintendo, man. Nintendo produces one of the greatest video games in world history. I'm telling you right now, one of the greatest video games are on Nintendo Wii U, Nintendo Switch, and Nintendo Switch 2. These are one of the greatest games consoles of all time. I have to say that. Okay, I'm not gonna rank them in top 3. The Nintendo Switch 2 is a bit new, because if I do, I'm gonna let it a bit down, eh? Yeah, it's gonna be a bit of a letdown, really, eh? Because if you look at the top 3 right now in terms of Nintendo, I might as well just give it to you anyway. I think number 3 will be Nintendo Switch 2. Yeah, right now. It's not that good right now, yeah? So it needs to carry on with it, what it's doing. And number 2 is Nintendo Switch. Wow. Number 1 is the Nintendo Wii U. Nothing to stop it at all. Now, in terms of not only Nintendo Wii U is the greatest games console of all time, meaning it's better than all the games consoles we've played, man. You cannot beat it. If people don't agree with that what I'm saying today, then I think you are on the wrong boat of things, because Nintendo Wii U is the greatest games console of all time. If you guys think a different console is better than the Wii U, then I think you're lost. Of course you're lost. Because where are you going to get them exclusive Nintendo and the IP games. And don't forget, Nintendo Wii U does own third-party games. Okay, they probably didn't do well. I'm not gonna go through that, but the third-party games on the Wii U. Did you know something about the Wii U? What's so special about it? Do you see the Nintendo Wii U third-party games that we got? These games are brought back on Switch 1, Switch 2, PS5, and Xbox Series X. These games came again and again from the Nintendo Wii U library of games, man. Because whatever the era of Nintendo Wii U was, it was an epic for exclusive, new IP games, and third-party games. It was excellent for everything. Now, final conclusion here. So finally, what can I say about it? Finally, all I can say, Nintendo Switch 2 needs to do better. It needs to finish them off right now. Because Nintendo Switch 2 is the only system with Nintendo exclusives. They will bring new IP games and third-party games. Yeah, Sony, Microsoft won't have all this anymore. Nope, they're dead, man. They're finished. You see, alone Nintendo exclusive and the new IP games, they're gonna make big sales yet. You should wait and see when Metro Prime 4 comes out yet. You gotta let me see what games we still need to see to come out. Super Mario Odyssey 2, Luigi Mansion 4, Metro Prime 4. Look at these flipping games. You think Sony Microsoft's gonna be able to stop these games? They must be bloody joking. It might have done so good right now, but it's gonna improve on everything. Nintendo will keep his eyes on everything what you guys been saying to the console. And they will watch every single video and they will improve on every fault that the Nintendo Switch 2 is having and is suffering from. It's going to improve on that. I believe that Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be really massive because I'm going to make an estimation here, yeah? Already, Nintendo Switch 2 is bringing a docking station for GameCube. Dock station for GameCube is going to have a library of games from GameCube. GameCube is one of them systems, yeah. You cannot stop playing, man. Alright? It's still, okay, I didn't mention the GameCube. The GameCube is one of the top-notch consoles of all time as well, yeah. It's a great system. Then further they'll expand it with the Wii games again. And they'll probably bring Wii U games again. Whoa, whoa, whoa. GameCube, Wii and Wii U games will come back. Flipping out. When they come back, it's going to be massive, man. Massive. I just want Nintendo to make the docks. He's made one for GameCube. He needs to make one for the Wii. He needs to make one for the Wii U. Yeah, and you just watch this technology expand, and then on top of that, you'll have Nintendo exclusives and new IP games. How are you going to stop all that? Tell me. And people are talking rubbish every time on YouTube about Nintendo Switch to stop this right now. You don't know what you're talking about, man. The Nintendo Switch 2 is a vibe. It's coming an unstoppable force. You think a console's like putting Epic Games and Steam's gonna stop it? No, you won't. Okay, another console which is taking place is by Valve. Steam Games console. What do I think of that, man? Wow. It's gonna be bigger thing than Sony Microsoft. The Steam Games console will be. Because Steam is a massive program for the desktop computers. And my God, amount of games that Steam owns, man. I think Steam came back in 1993, man. How many games does even Sony Microsoft own? You gotta think that 993 to 2025, Steam is a massive, powerful thing. Now, if you look at even Nintendo, we've got Nintendo from 1984 up to 2025. If you look at the other era, like in terms of Wii U, from 1984 to 2020, this is the Wii U era. Bloody hell, the games that from 1984 even to up to 2020, it's the greatest library of games from Nintendo exclusives and IP games, man. It's unbeatable, man. And then you can add the Nintendo Switch and then Switch 2 as well. I mean, the Wii U can't play all of these Nintendo consoles, you know. Yeah, you can play Nintendo Switch as well on there, which is good. It's played in a different way. It's done by PC streaming. You still can play Nintendo Switch in that way. So it does work on that. So the Steam has a much stronger library of games, I would say, than Sony Microsoft. But not Nintendo. No, I wouldn't say that. It just isn't. Nintendo library of games is strongest. Okay, let's just focus on Steam now. Now Steam will work on VR. They're working on a new VR headset. And this is gonna be maybe amazing or not. I can't say that because VR hasn't been doing so well. So, I mean, in terms of Steam, if they're gonna use these new headsets, we just have to wait and see what it can actually do for probably even first-person shooter games or any other games, yeah? We'll see about that, what's gonna happen. Now, right now, looking at the pictures, it looks like a small console. I think they probably have to make this console bigger than the pictures. Because if they're gonna use powerful video cards, or bigger ones, then they have to make the console bigger. Yeah, I think that. I mean, I'm a huge fan of the database of Nintendo exclusives, the new IPs, and Steam as well. These are one of the biggest things for gaming, Nintendo and Steam. Yeah. I've got something about here. I think at the end of the day, Nintendo and Steam will stay at the end of all of these competitions. Believe me on that. Sony Microsoft will be washed away. They're going to be finished. Trust me on that. Now, this new Steam console, you probably wouldn't use probably a desktop. Like the Wii U uses a desktop to stream PC games, doesn't it? Yeah, well, I don't mind that as well. It's alright. I mean, of course, streaming has been a big thing anyway from the past, and it still is. So whatever the Wii U is doing, really streaming on the desktop, is not bad. This is a new technology, so it's going to be changed, yeah? Because streaming has been going for many, many years, yeah? It's still going to be going. It's never going to die anyway. So this Steam games console will have their own Steam OS in there. Their own operating system in there. Okay, it's going to do things like that. It's going to be their own operating system in there. So it's going to be bringing out new technologies which will be a new gaming experience, yeah? It's going to change everything because it's this new technology, the Steam OS, and you don't need any desktop. You could play like that. I mean, I think we've been waiting such a long time for this. Why didn't Valve think about this long time ago? You know, this Steam Games console should have come a long time ago. Yeah, it should have been there for a long time. But the thing is, it came after such a long time. I was waiting for this day to happen, you know. You know what? I should talk to lots of people about why don't they release a Steam Games console? Wow, now at the end they're going to release one. I'm very surprised. A big player in the gaming industry, man. Yeah. I think the biggest things what's going to be Android, Nintendo Switch 2, and Steam Games Console, man. Does the Wii U go anywhere? It does, because I've seen people buying Wii U consoles still. People are still buying that. They're still going to keep on buying that because it's different. The Wii U is different, yeah? Whatever the Wii U is doing is different. People are going to still keep on, whatever consoles are available, they're going to still keep on buying them. There's still people, I've seen, loads of people who got even Switch and Switch 2. They still got Wii U consoles. They use them. Some people use the Wii U's than more than Switch 1 and 2. Because there's more games available on the, like really good ones on the EC. And it's good fun using dual screen modes in it. Okay, that's that. So the Wii U is still going to be in place. And people always make videos on YouTube. Have you guys seen that? People still make videos on Wii U. They can't get enough out of them. They still want to play more of it. Because there's so much going on with the Wii U. It's unstoppable. Anyway. Now. The Steam Games Console is going to be really big. I haven't got much information on it. But all I'm just telling you. It's just a startup for this Steam Games Console. They already released a Steam Deck. They got plans to release Steam Deck 2. Wow. Steam Deck 2. Not Steam Deck 2 ain't not quite yet. It's going to be a bit of a while. But Steam Deck 2 is going to be probably quite powerful. It's going to be probably good. I don't know. I can't tell you because we don't know anything about it. But the Steam Games Console, even we don't know anything about that. But it's coming. It's definitely coming. They're talking about it. There's pictures of it. I'll probably bring some new pictures. I'll probably show you websites, what they've been writing about it. It's probably manufactured, It's probably in production right now. I may be wrong. It's gotta be. I think the whole project is all starting on the Steam Games Console. They better be scared of it. They better be. Because this console is going towards Sony Microsoft consoles. It's after them. Yeah. It's gonna challenge them. Why that's gonna challenge them to Switch 2? We have to see about that. Nintendo Switch 2 is a different market, isn't it? It's like handheld, tabletop and TV, isn't it? It's a different market. The way the Switch 2 goes for, yeah? We'll see what happens. Will he able to finish up Switch 2 as well? Because Switch 2 isn't the most powerful console on the market as well. You know what's going to make it alive? These two things about Switch 2. The 4K resolution. Okay. The upscaling thing. And Nintendo and IP games. The new IP games, yeah? This is going to be a competition in that way. Can anybody finish off Nintendo exclusives and the new IPs? I don't think so. I don't think so. Even when we go back into the Wii U again, the Wii U games are keep on coming again and again. They came on the Switch, now they're coming on Switch 2. Because look at that. We're talking about a console called Wii U from 2012, man, from the year 2012. It's a pretty old console, but the games it produced, I don't think any console came to this level of games what the Wii U's produced. And that's why these Wii U games keep on coming again and again. I'm telling you, some of these Wii U games will come back and they will come in 4K resolutions. Yeah, we'll see how the Wii U games will look in 4K resolutions. They're going to look pretty good. Yeah, they're going to look amazing. Even once they come. I mean, so this is the whole competition, yeah? So this is Nintendo's side of things, yeah? Which nobody can examine. Nobody can say how the Nintendo company is going to fail. We don't know how that's going to happen. It's quite difficult to say. Because the success of Switch 1 is falling off the Switch 2. Switch 2 is going to improve everything, which is the way the bolts are. They're going to improve on all that. So, Steam console, well, Sony Microsoft have already lost their exclusives. Does the Steam release exclusive games? Do they? No. No, they don't. So, is that a bad thing that they don't have exclusive games? But you don't know one thing, what PC Steam's been doing. They've got more maximum developers. With the more developers, they can release different games that you won't see on Sony Microsoft consoles. They will release different games, because I've seen some PC games which are legendary games that what they say. Oh, I'm not really fan of them kind of games, but people like them. That's good for them, yeah. People like them anyway. So some of these developers who's been making these legendary games, yeah. You know, games like Fable, no, Guild Wars, Black or White. Oh man, I haven't played that game for ages, man. You know, stuff like that. I mean, these games are big. You know, I'm being an example of games that what PC developers, there's more developers, they can release different kind of games like that. There's much more than that. I just can't remember them, man. There's much more than that. What they've been releasing. Yeah, there could be FPS shooters, there could be racing, there could be all sorts of platforms. And I mean, there's quite a lot of different games that the consoles can never handle. Because if you look at the desktops, they have moved to NVIDIA RTX 5090. Wow. The world's most powerful GPU ever made, man. There's no competition with that. Yeah? Now we need to see what kind of CPU, RAM, GPU, things like that, of that nature. I mean, what kind of GPU will it use? Will it be the world's powerfulest games console on planet Earth to finish off the power of Sony and Microsoft? But you have to consider one thing. If a console goes over $599, it's going to be too much. So they need to keep the price competitive. Because if this Steam Games console goes too expensive, oh boy, it's gonna be a problem. No one's gonna buy it. People are gonna go back to desktop PCs. Yeah, that will happen. You know, that could be a problem as well. So I hope. Oh, come on, Steam, just get it right, please. NVIDIA has got it wrong twice before, where they released the Shield Portable flopped, and Shield Tablet K1 flopped, but the Shield TV succeeded just because of 4K. Yeah, so they've been making mistakes. Yeah. But please, Valve, Steam, whatever, focus on it. What are you supposed to be doing? How are you going to do it? And how is it going to be done? What the customer really wants, give them that. Ask for people's feedbacks. Do some surveys. Read people's feedbacks. What they didn't like about Sony, Microsoft consoles. Yeah? And why do people like desktop PCs so much? Look into the desktop computers and try to bring some features and technologies from the desktop computer. Oh man, you do that. Well, make sure the price. Because the consoles have to be budget priced in it. This is a big problem, isn't it? So price tags were like from $399, yeah, to $599. It needs to be price tags between that kind of price. Can they do that? Oh, God knows what's gonna happen, man. It's gonna be a tough job, innit? Because if you want a really advanced powerful system, how can that be cheap, innit? It's impossible, innit? How's they gonna squeeze all that in a console, innit? Wow, how are they gonna do it? That's the whole thing, man. The game you're looking on the screen is from the Nintendo Wii U. I'll put the actual disc on there. People just saw me doing it. So this is Star Fox Zero, anyway. So yeah, let's enjoy the final conclusion, yeah. There you go. Star Fox Zero useful game on the Nintendo Wii U. Experience. Fox McCloud. So there you go, that's all the information I wanted to provide to you guys today. So bearing in mind all of this information is taking a serious consideration. Look at what's happening out there. It's going towards, if I'm not wrong, when we look at latest technologies, the desktop streaming to the Nintendo Wii U. Okay, that's the first priority you need to look into, yeah? Take a look at that. I think because for me, yeah, I probably wouldn't buy any of these consoles really. Because I can play PC games on the Nintendo Wii U, I've got no problem. I can stream it from the desktop stream it to the Wii U, you can play it on it. So there's no actually no problem. It's like, it's epic stuff in it really. And as I've been saying, yeah, so then you got the next choices of Nintendo Switch 2, then you got the Steam Games console coming out, so watch out for that as well. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed everything I've been telling you. Leave a like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye now.